Hello and welcome to our green manure experiment 2019 to 2020. Turn you around. Yeah, green manures. Cast your seeds upon the earth. And the idea of this is that it'll fix nitrogen into the soil. The roots will go down and break up some of the soil underneath it. We've got a couple of beds which are our potato beds, and with our potato beds the experiment will be we're going to green manure one side and not the other side. Let me just get more couth for you. I'm quite uncouth at the moment. I forgot to put my tooth in then again. Such a vagabond. Is that better? So we've got the two beds, which are these two. All one big bed really, this. The light conditions aren't too fabulous at the moment because it's getting dark now. Starting to go dusky. But this one, on the right hand side as you look up the plots, these are the potato beds, which are the 18-inch deep ones. That one is going to get the treatment of the green manure, which is the grazing rye and field beans mix, or it will be a mix when I've done it. And this side is going to get nothing at all. And then next year, when we plant our spuds, we're going to plant the same three varieties in each bed, and we'll see what the difference might be from that. It's a natural way really of improving the soil, improving the nutrition in the soil. So we're going to plant these in, let them grow over winter, because they are winter hardy, these ones, they will grow. And then in the new year, probably about February, March time, just before the spuds go in, probably about a month before the spuds go in, we'll chop it all back down and dig it into the soil, let it continue to rot, and then plant our spuds in during that process. And we'll see what the results are going to be. So what I'm going to do now, all I'm going to do now is going to open these packets, broadcast the seeds and rake them in. But before I did that in that bed, I've been through the bed, and as you can see here, hopefully you can pick this up. This is all like the horse's tail and bindweed that we've been pulling out. Now before I did these beds, well, as I did these beds, if you remember, if you can look back in the videos from last year or early this year, I put loads of cardboard in there. I put about 2 layers of cardboard in the base of that, in the hope that it would retard the bindweed. But bindweed and horse's tail, I've got to take my hat off to bindweed and horse's tail really, because bindweed and horse's tail is fantastic stuff. If only you could have it as a cash crop and eat it. I think with certain horse's tail, it's like a medicinal or something. You can eat it, but I'm not going to chance it. Same with bindweed. It's a pain in the bottom. A big pain in the posterior. Right. But that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to cast those seeds in there and rake them in, and then we'll see in the next few weeks if they come up. So that's what we're doing right now. All right. See you in a bit. So we've got field beans, and we've got grazing rye in here. Loads of grazing rye on that side. Might have gone a bit daft with it, because I didn't have enough to fill the entire bed. It's about a 10 foot by 3 foot bed, this. Well, 8 foot actually, about 8 by 3. But all I'm going to do now is rake that lightly in and see what happens. Once it's lightly raked in. I might put a sprinkle actually of compost on top of it. I will. I'll put a sprinkling of compost on top of it, just to cover it, so the birds don't get to it too soon and eat the beans and the rye. But yeah, I will. I'll give it a sprinkling of compost. That stuff. And that's it covered up. Well, that mist's coming from. Well, there is a mist, isn't there? You see that? It's quite dusky now. But yeah, so I've just covered up all the field rye, or grazing rye, excuse me, and field beans. And we'll see how they get on. And that's the other bed. Now the other bed had the sort of leaves off the celeriac and all that buried in it, if you remember. So we'll see how that one goes compared to that one. I'm just going to top it off with that pole green compost. Not much nutrition in that pole green compost at all. It's just to get the roots started, and that's what I've topped it off with, so there shouldn't be any variation, because I'll be using the same stuff to top off that as I have to top off that. That's got the beans in and the rye, and that's got the chopped up leaf off the celeriac and some of the chard that went bolting, that went to seed. That's what's in there. This side didn't get that, but it is getting the green manure. So we'll see what the difference is going to be next year. God, I'm sorry about that steamy stuff. That's weird, isn't it? Right, I'll catch you next time. On the Little Farmer's Farm, I'm Gordon Muffinder, or Big Daddy Farmer, and that's us for today. Tomorrow we're going to be doing some shout-outs. I know I promised it for this episode, but I've not got enough time, and I've not made any real notes or anything like that for it. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. We'll also be doing the winter greens, the sowing of winter greens, which are these ones. I have 3 or 4 different types that I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I'll show you all that tomorrow. So yeah, apologies for not doing that today, but we'll do that tomorrow, and hopefully you'll enjoy that. But yeah, let's see what happens with this experiment in green manure. I'm going to be watching Mother McCree tonight in one of her performances at the amateur operatics tonight. I'm going to take James to it, and they're doing, what is it they're doing? Holiday Inn, they're doing, where I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas and all that's going to be in there. So yeah, that's what we're doing tonight, so wish us luck with that, and wish Mother McCree luck with that, and we'll see you next time. Alright, I'll be down tomorrow, so I'll catch you then. Ta-ra now, keep growing with your head down.